Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at Ocean. This is going to be a higher time frame video. We will also have a lower time frame video up above, so check that out if that's more what you're interested in. Let's get into the charts and see what's going on. Okay, so what we do have here is price history from May 2019. Now we don't have all the price history here, so we need to just always bear this in mind when we are doing our analysis. Now the main way that I'm looking at this count to the upside here is A, B, and a C. Now this B wave could technically be completed into this low. We have hit this 50% level here, though we also need to be aware there is a potential we could still see another leg to the downside. Now the key areas that I'll be looking for if we do look to move down lower here would be this 9 cent, this 7 cent here, and all the way down here towards this 3 cent. If we start to lose this 3 cent level, it starts to become more likely that we're going to see this actually look to break to the downside. Now if we were arguing that this is actually an A, a B, and what we're looking for as a C wave would actually be our target up here towards this 1-to-1, which would be this 1670 level. So if this is the case, what we'd be saying is from this point effectively we'd be looking for a 5-wave move to the upside. Now it is possible that we could fall short of this 1-to-1 target, in which case we do have this 854, this 786, and this 0.618 as possible target areas up here. Now if we have to overlay this and potentially say what we have here is 1, 2, and then we're looking for this third wave, this would be relying on maintaining this low here of this 23.97, though technically speaking would still be valid for as long as we hold this 1150 area. So if we do hold this lower range here, we could still potentially be on the lookout for this possibility where we still see a 5-wave sequence to the upside here, where this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now our target here off of this low that we'd want to hit for confirmation would be this $3.1997. So if we do see a move up into these levels, then potentially we could argue that this is in play here, where we could see this as a 5-wave move for this third, get a fourth down towards this level here, and then see a continuation up, target being this 591 to this 404. Now if this plays out, this would actually align with coming up into this 786 area between this 0.618 and the 786. So this is what I'm looking out for here. If we do start to see extension, then potentially we could see some of these higher levels. Now what we need to be careful of here is the potential that within this structure we could still be looking for a continuation to the downside. So because of that idea, we need to just be aware there is still the possibility that we could look at this as a W, an X, and a Y, in which case what we'd be looking for as a minimum target to the downside would be this 0.618 here at this 1165. It would be quite interesting because it would bring us back into these lows. So going to be keeping an eye on this. Now the key thing within this is what we'd be looking for would be a 3-wave move to the downside. 1-to-1 is lower down here though, towards this the 0433 area. Now if we do see a move down into these levels, we could see something like this as an A wave, get a 3-wave back up for a B, and then see something like this as a C wave. So looking for a 3-wave move. Now if we do look to move down here, we do have this channel line sitting towards this 0629, which could potentially be a possible target here if we fail to achieve this bigger push to the upside. Now it is always possible that within this structure we could still have some upside to come here. Our typical rejection box, we did hit this 50% here at this 53.82, but if we do look to push up one more time here, what we could actually see is a move up into some of these higher levels. This $1.12 would be that 786. If we start to move above this, then it becomes more likely that we're going to see the more bullish case look to play out here, though we have to wait for that confirmation here. Now it is possible we're already within this Y wave here, and what we'd be looking for then would be the possibility that this could be an A wave, we're looking for a B wave to the upside, and then we're looking for this C wave to the downside. Now given the current level that we are sitting at, 1-to-1 would actually be here towards the 1677 if we do see price move down from these zones. What I'm being mindful of here, however, is that if this is an A wave and we see something like this, A, B, and C, and we actually look to break these highs, potentially what we could be looking for here is rather something like a flat correction, where we could see price even move up towards these higher levels here of this 810 to this 5769 as a possible B wave target. So we always need to be on the lookout for things like this, where we could see price come up here, look to sweep some of these levels, and then still look to push to the downside, where this would all still be a bigger corrective structure here. Now as long as we hold this low, this could still be potentially 1-2, but if we start to break down deeper here and we get this as a bigger flat, then we get a 3-wave move up and we continue down, that would more align with the idea of this actually being a Y wave, where we'd be looking for some of these lower targets here towards this 0.618 or this 1-to-1 lower down. So that would be looking at this in this way, where we're looking to potentially look to break down directly here. We could see a sweep up here and then that push down, but effectively we'd still be looking for this idea of playing out in this Y wave. Now, if we are looking at this in a different way and saying that potentially this B wave might not be complete and rather we complete into this low here, and we are still within a corrective structure, what we could see is something along these lines here, where we have this is an A wave, this is a 3 wave up for a B wave here, and then effectively looking for that continuation back to the downside. So the difference within this count would be that we're looking for this as A, B, and C to the upside. Now, once again, the same options are still here for this internal wave here. If we see a move back down here, possibly we could look to come back down a little bit deeper. But what we'd be looking for would be this idea of seeing a 3 wave move up into this high here, possibly looking towards this $1.06 if we move towards that 786. But we have also got some lower targets here, which would be quite interesting because of this overlapping with these swing highs here towards this golden pocket, which would be the 72 cent to the 66 cent region. So if we do see price push to the upside where this becomes A, we get a B and a C, we could then look for this price to push up into some of these higher levels here. And 1-to-1 would actually be looking towards this $1.18. So that would be based off of where we are. So what we'd want to see if this is actually going to look to play out is we'd be saying that we're going to get something like this as either 1-2-1-2 here, that we see 3-4-5-4-5 when we look to push up for the C wave. Alternatively, we could have something here like a diagonal, look for 3 waves back to the downside, and then look for a 5 wave structure up. Now, the key zone here would be this low, this 23.70. If we hold this low, then potentially we could still see this C wave play to the upside. If, however, we lose this low, what it could mean is that within this structure, we've actually already completed a B wave here, and then we see that continuation down that we talked about within this count here, because we have come up into this golden pocket area here. So I'm just being mindful that, you know, if this is actually an A, this could be a really short B wave here, and we could see a C wave. Typically speaking, we will see better equality between these, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is ABC, that we see, like I said, either this become ABC, we look to take the high, or we see this as a more of a flat correction here, where we come back and possibly look to retest some of these highs here. A key level I would be quite interested in here would actually be the 786 above these highs. If we do see price look to sweep this and then look for that possibility of that continuation down. So that's pretty much what we're looking for here on the bigger time frame stuff. As long as we hold this low here at this 23.92, we do have those potential bullish options to the upside here, but we need to see these actually hold. Otherwise, we need to be cautious that for as long as we, you know, remain in corrective structure here, and we don't get good 5 wave moves to the upside, we could still see this possibility of a break back to the downside. Now, throwing on a volume profile on this little area here, treating this as a range, what we can see here is we are now above this point of control here. So if we do continue to hold this, what we could see is price could potentially be gravitated back up towards this value area high, which is sitting towards this 75.70. So this would align with this idea of seeing another push to the upside. Alternatively, if we do look to move to the downside here, and we are looking for that 0.618 as a Y wave, this would also align with coming back into this value area low, which is currently sitting towards this level here of this 11.59. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.